winner of DAD scholarship.
It was kind of a shocking period, and I asked, and they said like it's economics of finance, and it's let's go. And
Also, considering that you were education and welfare executive in 2022 and 2023, she was motivation for a lot of students.
research is the 70% of all the motivation, or all the application
right?
process. Of course, like stressing in Germany is better than stressing in your home country. At least you're somewhere else. I would really encourage, especially girls, knowledge of Stata and R, which are taught in our university. Like this is the very, very big plus. Please study R Studio and Stata app. This is the major thing that is used there. So with them, you can easily find a job.
Hello everyone, it's my great pleasure to meet all of you at today's ECON Talks session. So today we are having a graduate of WIUT with first class honors, the winner of DAD scholarship, who is currently pursuing her master's degree at Germany, Oftapon Ahadjanova.
Hello.
So thank you for coming. It's a great pleasure to see you here. So how are you? How are you feeling today?
Thank you very much. Thanks for invitation, first of all. Today I'm feeling very nice as I'm in my motherland, enjoying the great food and fruits in the summer weather, even though it's hot, but still enjoyable.
That's great. Happy to hear that. So let's start from the beginning. Why? Why did you decide to study economics and finance at first place?
During the time when we were applying for the university, it was COVID time, so it was kind of a shocking period. And actually, I was planning to study abroad, but because of that situation, I applied to WIUT, about which I never regret. So, in terms of the after CFS, after finishing CFS, there were some sessions from our module leaders of different courses. So when Dr. Bilal Buzrukov was presenting about economics with finance, I was so motivated to find out more because economics with finance was like really appealed to me because we could apply it everywhere in all senses, like in all
So true.
fields.
Yes.
That's why like I became like, and I asked from the upper level students that which course is the most difficult one because I was so enthusiastic and like wanted to challenge myself. And I asked, and they said like it's economics of finance, and it's let's go. And that
Let's crack it.
yeah, and I just chose it, and I never regret. It was the best choice I have ever made in my academic life.
What did it mean for you personally? How do you feel about the graduation from WIUT and studying there?
Economics with finance means to me a lot in terms of the whole like academic life, in terms of the professors, in terms of the people in this course overall. It's I would say it's a path to the future. It's an amazing tool to which can be used everywhere. It's the like motivation for me. And in terms of the finishing the university, it was a bit sad because I met my best friends there. I met my amazing professors, and like, but life goes on. We have to move on, but still, like, I keep in touch with them. So it was a bit sad, but still not that much because I was going to continue my academic life. So yeah, like Westminster was the, I would say, the gas that pushed me forward to the future in the very right direction.
Also, considering that you were education and welfare executive in 2022 and 2023, she was motivation for a lot of students. Her speech in the first days of induction week, it motivated a lot. And I was thinking like, oh my God, she is economics and finance. I also will pursue that degree. Yes, you are my motivation.
Thank you. Like happy it motivated you to choose this course. Like yeah, thank you. If I talk about the journey,
So here's the tea.
thank you.
So, what was the specific moment when you realized that you want to pursue your master's degree in Germany?
Actually, overall, from the beginning of my bachelor's, I was planning to study abroad, but I did not know exactly where it will be. But basically, maybe I was thinking about the US in my bachelor's, but Afterwards, Europe. I changed to Europe, and then I applied to several universities abroad. Like I was accepted to NTU, top 12 in the world. I was accepted to Queen Mary University London, Reading University, and but in terms of Germany, in Germany, their application period is usually in spring. So yeah, but my university exactly, the George August University in Göttingen, accepted like it started in November. But so like I was doing the research on the universities and then find out, and then I applied to DAT scholarship as well. Like I had options like UK or Germany. And then in terms of the UK, there was no funding. Like
It's harder
yeah,
to
it's,
get,
yeah,
right?
it's harder. And then, but Germany, it's like both. It's free education, and then in terms of the safety and overall life, it was more preferable. And then I had my friends, and as I mentioned before, my mentor Sanna Sanarbekwer, and I had someone that could help me. And then I applied there with by their advice, and then like this, I chose to study Germany based on the several factors like safety, education,
The quality of education.
exactly, and of course funding that I would have. So yeah, like this was the ways that I chose Germany.
Really important moments, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Germany is a great place to study, but you also mentioned that you were pursuing your master's in development economics. Why did you choose that major?
Well, the overall how I chose this major is like connected to back in 2023 or 22, where I started studying my third year and chose the optional module of development economics, which was taught by Dr. Rashid Javed, one of my favorite professors who is currently in London. And when like during this class I understood that like, but before that, while I was engaged with SDGs or the model United Nations, everything, I was like always thinking like, what is the starting point of the solutions of the whole, like for all problems. And in this class I understood that if I study development economics, it can be applied everywhere, like development of education system or healthcare or poverty in economic matter. So like this would really help. It would this would be the starting point to as a solution for the old problems. And then I decided to continue with development economics. This was the first step, like choosing the major, and then choosing the right place and right university. And this was the filtering, as like then I started searching for English taught master courses in development economics, and George August University in Göttingen, my current university, was one of them. And the application period usually in Germany is in spring, but for my university it was in November, so I applied for it first. And before winning scholarship, I got offer from there, so I was already accepted. So and I didn't like apply for other universities, as this was like
Very
fine
good
place for me.
yeah.
But I found out about the university itself later on. Like my parents, they were searching for the rankings, all the things about it, and I liked my university more when I went there. And I didn't know that that this university was so much good for me. And yeah, and like this, I chose this sphere. During the university times.
That is great. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Many students find the scholarship application process very overwhelming. So what would be the piece of advice that you would give them to make this process easier or more understandable for them?
Well, overall, if I say that all the scholarships and all the application stuff, the first thing that they require and first thing that is expected from you is fully meet all the requirements. This is the thing that like sometimes it's overwhelming, it takes time, very long thing. This is actually what they test, like test your patience, your dedication, and that you fulfill all the requirements. This is the first test trial, like you are finishing everything, like you started something and finished till the end. So yeah, like they check for your patients first of all, like filling out everything,
Yes, the
preparing.
process is very long.
Yeah,
Usually it
exactly.
takes several stages.
So yeah, first thing is like finding out the scholarship position, like scholarship overall, finding out about its requirements. What does it require? Are you actually eligible for that one? And if person is not eligible, it's better not to apply because
Just a waste of time,
yeah,
right?
it would be- yeah.
Anyways, they will find out.
Exactly. So it's better to prepare everything beforehand, research about it deeply without like, there are several people who just ask, oh, can you help me with the ID? And they just start asking questions which could be found in Google. Yeah. So this already shows that person is not that much
Not
dedicated.
prepared,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's better if you search everything in detail, and then after preparing everything which is clear, and then start asking other people. And then I would, first thing is like prepare everything which is asked, all the documentation, everything, because and like at least a month ago, at least, because it would be easier and better for the person without stress. And then in terms of the motivation letter, I would say if you have all the things that you have done, like good academic grades and good social life and good work experience, you will have something to write on. But there are some people who might not have time for social life or other things. They can have someone who can help, like advise, or like it's very important. Like someone who asks is always behind, like
Yes.
always better than the person who does himself. So
Some students do their studies and
Yeah.
then the work part time, and probably they are not able to do enough enough social stuff,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, then someone can help, like to like it's not bad not to have social life, but person can show his strengths by his all the everything, like maybe work like professional life as well. So it's better like to collect everything that person has done and write it like how person can
Do some analysis, right? Because usually it is very hard to
Yeah.
write about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And then get help from someone. For example, I had my cousin who has very good writing skills, and of course I wrote, and of course it's always good to proofread and get someone's advice. So it's
Exactly.
always like recommended, and even it's good
Does
to
the
have someone.
motivation letter convey the same message that you were intended to convey, right?
Exactly.
This
Yeah, yeah. So this is important. Always have someone who can proofread your motivation letter. And motivation letter is not something that you write one day. It's like you write something, after a week you might change something, after a week again, like you change
just
something.
start from the scratch if you don't like it.
Exactly. So like it takes time. So to get something good, it takes time. So it's better to start way earlier. And then research is the 70% of all the motivation, all the application
right?
process. Yeah, research, finding out your real purpose, and then application is like overall the process, like 30%, but researching and finding out everything is 70%. So yeah, this is the advice that I would give to anyone who is applying for scholarships.
Thank you very much. What are the most common misconceptions about studying abroad that you would like to share with our viewers?
So I would say that first thing, I would basically talk about the Germany, life in Germany, student life in Germany. So first of all, like people might say, oh, you're in Germany having fun, enjoying, but no, it's not like that.
Really?
Like, no, like, yeah, it is sometimes, but not fully, because like being far away from home, it's something different. Like it's not only like you're, of course, stressing in Germany is better than stressing.
Homesick, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, like stressing in Germany is better than stressing in your home country. At least you're somewhere else, but still, it's like a very pressure from different sides, because it's the new education system, new place, new people, far from home, alone, without friends for some time, and without family. It's like pressure physically
You're
or
on your
even,
own now,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Mental pressure is very like hard to overcome, but yeah, this is the first thing that people might think, that it's, oh my god, it's easy or very fun to live there. This is not fully correct. Yeah, but there are some other difficulties as well. Adaptation takes time, especially in Germany. In winter, it's so depressing because the weather is very like dark. It gets light at 8 o'clock in the morning. Even at 11, there are the fogs, and it gets dark at 4 o'clock. And it's only the blue is dark, always like that,
Oh
like
my
very
God.
dark in winter, and especially it's
A bit
exam time,
depressing.
and it's very depressing. So a person who survived that can survive any other problems in Germany.
Anything, right?
Yeah, this is the first misconception, that people think it's easy or something. The second one is that people have some stereotypes that German people are rude or some kind of like, let's say, not polite or something like that. But for me, they seemed very kind people, very nice, very humane, very sincere, and very helpful.
Have you faced language barrier?
Of course, yeah. I would also mention about this. Yeah, like language is also very important. I would mention later, like in terms of the language and other skills needed. So yeah, like overall, German people are nice, very good. And for those who think that it's not safe or something like that, I would really encourage, especially girls. Sometimes they face the restrictions by saying, "Oh, it's abroad, it's not secure," something like that. No, I would say that especially in my city, where it's student city, it's very secure, very safe, and people are kind. And I would say that I want to break this stereotype that people say, "Oh, for girls it's not safe." No, it's never like that. I have many friends and girls who came from outside, from foreign countries, and it's a very safe place to study, especially Germany. And they really support students, exactly, especially, and the education is very important for them. So they support, and they really care much, and they have many benefits for students. So I want to like take the attention of the parents who don't allow or are afraid to send their children to other countries. I would say that it's not the way we imagine. It's very good. It's safe, and you can rely on. But of course, it's good
It's
to
very
have
good that you
someone.
mentioned it because it's a
Yeah.
huge stress for a lot of
Exactly.
students,
Yeah.
girls especially, as you said.
Yeah, so I would really recommend, like, really urge people not to be afraid. So it's better to talk with someone who studies there. So yeah, and another misconception is, I would say, education system. People say that, oh, it's difficult, something like, yeah, it has its own difficulties, but person with persistence, dedication, and like hard work in the beginning, and then person can adjust and adapt, and then just go and continue, especially with the knowledge given from WIUT. I would say that, like, all the programs that we are studying right now, and all the knowledge I had studied in Westminster, it's really like it was enough to like continue with the all the
Smoothly
master.
continue,
Exactly,
right?
yeah, because I saw many other students from other universities, and they were a bit struggling, but I don't know, like all the topics that we covered, they it was easy for me to catch everything. So that's why I said, like, oh, like the knowledge that Westminster gives, like for all the current students, I would say just grab the
study,
moment, just
right?
study, and take advantage of our amazing professors. Yeah, so yeah, I would say these are some misconceptions. I would say, and also the in terms of the language, German is very, very important there to find a job, but not in the studies, but in daily life. Even if they know English, sometimes they just
They are
talk
like
in
French
German.
people, right?
Yeah.
They want to speak their own
Exactly,
language.
and they require you. So finding a job with only English is not easy, but you can find. But with German, it would be way easier. And yeah, and while studying there, I understood that English and Russian are the very basic. It's like a beginning point. We have to know more, like Spanish, French, German, and Portuguese, any other languages. It's never like
It's
enough. It's never enough.
bad idea to learn a new language, right?
It's always like always continue learning. So yeah, I understood this as well.
Thank you. How has your perspective on economics and finance evolved since you studied your masters in Germany? Since you studied your masters overall?
Well, yeah, like it's really changed, I would say, because when I was in bachelor's degree, I was thinking like, oh, it's just theory. Like, how can we? Everything is on average and ceteris paribus, like
Yeah.
keeping other things constant. And how is it going to work in real life? This was my main, concern. But I'm saying like I'm just studying and the theory and how does it work in real life if like if we keep things constant, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
only
yes.
that thing works. But when I went to Germany, I understood like how this research, how this economic analysis are
Models.
important in everywhere. Like in especially in policies, in policy making. Especially we studied those courses like results-based management in policy making, this kind of courses, and I understood that really like what we studied is very really
Applicable.
yeah they actually work. And then like I understood that it really matters in this world, like, and it's applicable everywhere. Like whatever we do, like it can be in astronomics or it can be healthcare, education, or poverty, or everywhere. Like economics, the analysis is like is a thing that helps to that helps the policymakers. Yeah.
It stands as the foundation, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's the foundation. Yeah, and this is the thing that I understood how economics of finance is applied in real world, and yeah, and also one thing for economics of finance students, like if you go to Germany, if you know German, you can easily find job because, especially in finance, I would say, like because it's the financial hub. So people with experiences, especially, will find jobs easier. And in economics as well, like there are several, many research opportunities. So why the knowledge of data and R, which are taught in our university, like this is the very big plus. Please study R Studio and Stata app. This is the major thing that is used there. So with them, you can easily find a job and improve your research skills in Germany, especially in particular. So yeah, like this is the things.
That is great.
Mhm.
Great that we studied it.
Yeah, exactly.
So now let's finalize. If you could give one piece of advice that you wished you knew earlier to all economic students that are watching it now, what it would be?
Well, I would give not only one advice, but the
fine.
most important one would be keeping everything in balance, like work-life balance, education, life-work balance, everything. Because yeah, like in my third year, I remember I was education welfare executive. I was studying the third year, which is the most difficult one in economics with finance, third year, and then I was working as well. I did the three things at the same time, which
You were
really,
jungling.
yeah, which really, it's possible, but it really affects your health. So the piece of advice is that don't overload yourself. Don't put too much attention to the one side, like, oh my God, like whole day studying. Yeah, you should study, you have to study, but you have other things like allocate time to your studies, make it well, make it all good. Then allocate time for whether professional life or social life. Don't do all of them at once because it might affect your health. But of course, if you have capability, if you have strengths or motivation, of course, but be aware of that it might affect your health. So choose whether your education and social life, education or work. But it can be in combination. But if you're trying, if you want to pursue your master's right after your bachelor's, you can do the combination, like in the first 2 years, social life and education, and third and fourth year, working and studying, so that you'll have all, and then you have everything done.
The whole package.
Yeah, exactly. So just be aware that you are living. So study while you're living. Don't live while you're studying or working. So put your health and your life, like take care of it, and then do other stuff. Because when you are healthy, you have many problems. When you're sick, you have only one problem. So
Exactly.
take care of yourself and keep things in balance and put your priorities in order and have some kind of plan for your future. Like, I'm doing this year, this, I'm doing this year, next year. So it would be easier to follow.
Have some
And
strategy in your
exactly,
life, right?
yeah. And always have advice from the professors. No, now I'm talking about the education, like the academic life. So our professors and the upper level students, take advice from them so that they would help you to continue with your studies, with planning of your future career or master. So yeah, these are the things that I would say to the
Thank you very
people.
much. Thank you. It was very interesting. It was a great pleasure to have you
you.
here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
So
much for the
stay
invitation.
tuned. We'll continue with the next session of Econ Talks.
Thank you. Bye.